for me. It's still morning, but hello, this is Kristen from Scooter Book Corner, and I'm doing another one of my filming marathon days, and I am trying to catch up on a lot of journals that I've made. This one is made from a little golden book, little Cottontail. It definitely is loved from a previous child. Had this, did what kids do with it, and now it's a journal. It's a little bit of a spring themed, little loosely Easter if I recall. It's been a minute since I've made this. It's just that I'm just now getting around to finding time to film. So the corners of this one were a little bit rough, so I did go ahead and do the corner reinforcements. It's obviously not the oldest golden book possible, but it is vintage. I did some vintage trim on the spine, and then just added this gingham. This is a nice daisy trim, and you can see that there are 3 pamphlet stitch signatures in this book. The top, here's the side. And so let's get started. So roughly it is 6.75 wide by just shy of 8 inches tall. The inside did have some writing to whoever it belonged. I tried to erase it the best that I could, but you know, if that bothers you, you can decorate over that or add ribbon, add washi, you know, whatever. The inside of the spine has a different fabric. Not fabric, the fabric's the same, different trim, and it's these bunnies because, you know, little Cottontail. All right, so first page, this is a printable here. This is an unused vintage card and envelope. Love the colors, beautiful, beautiful retro. Hard to find unused greeting cards, so there you go. Here is a fabric ruffle that's on this ledger paper, printable over this cool vintage oval doily that I found on, and then there's this bag here. This bag has some goodies in it. So it has a guest check. This is a strip of tulip wallpaper, vintage, and then a pack of these bingo cards. These are perfect for making things into pockets, tuck spots, layering, mixed media, doing your own thing. And right here is this fun little cluster that turns into a tuck spot. And you can see all the different layers on that. Here's the first page of this book. I've added a fabric ruffle. So here there's just a couple layers of pockets. This is from a vintage book. This is a printable, and this is a printable from a vintage card. The back of this just has one of my circle clusters. You can tuck things in there, or you can just leave it as decorative, but I did some Mod Podge there. This is like, it's on there so that it won't flake off. So this one is not super decorated. It's not like the most decorated ones that I've had, but it's still decorated and cute. Here is a printable that is like flowers chart. This is a vintage picture, and whoever had this had backed it onto like their own cardboard. You can see like the negative of another one, and so those are actual chunks of other pieces, but then somebody has cut this out of their scrapbook. And so here's this little lady, and it makes me think of like Easter. This is in spring, like when you get new dresses and all that jazz. So here's just, this is literally a plain circle, but this would be so fun to just journal, and it tucks in there, and then obviously you have more spot to journal on that card. So here's a mixed media tag that I've made. This just paper clipped in. It just has all kinds of different things going on there, including a wax seal, which I make that as well. Little land printable on the back of this. Fabric cluster and a vintage flashcard. And these are all paper clipped in. This is like a felt sort of doily layers there. You could glue that down anywhere you want, turn it into a tuck spot. You could do whatever you want with it. Here's the back side of another bag. Here's an inventory tag, bridge for 2, just a bridge card. This is just decorated here, and the back side of that, excuse me, oval doily with a cute little bunny, printable. A telegram looking printable, perfect to journal here. It's serving as a pocket. This is Project Life. I think that was what they were called. I think this is Maggie Holmes one. Anyway, and a vintage score sheet. Also perfect for journaling. And that is the end of that signature. This is the start of this signature. This is just fun. I have had this giant felt egg, and then I made it into like a layered egg and decorated it, and it is now a tuck spot that goes in that way. I don't have anything in there, but something can go in there. So this is just an I think I made this just from scrapbook paper, be a good journaling spot. Vintage recipe card, perfect for spring. This is another fabric ruffle that I've added. This is the inside. This is a printable, and it's talking about bunnies and feeding the bunnies, carrots and water. And then on this side, this printable comes out, and this is birds, and then this flips up, and it is a envelope. So this is what holds that closed. Hand-dyed doily. This is just clipped in. This is just another journaling card I've made. It's kind of, you know, mixed media-ish. So here, this is from a game. And it's tucked in there. This paper clip on the bottom is holding this closed. And then this opens up for a secret journaling spot. And it's all been stitched. And that is what held our guy in on the other side. There we go. This is just, sorry, I just knocked the camera. Vintage book page, and then I just watercolored on it. Just kind of fun. And then this is the center. This is a printable, and I've added this fun little banner. So that is the middle of that signature. Here's the other side of that watercolor page, tuck spot. Here is another card that I made, a little bit of mixed media-ish, just layers of different things in a printable, and cute little bunny shaped paper clip. Printable here, another journaling card, back side of that. And here's the other side of that envelope. Well, it's the envelope on the other side. It was the same paper. So here's this lady enjoying the outside. This is from a fairy tale book, but this one I turned into a folder. And so it flips open, and here is more journaling cards on the inside of this. And then on the back side, journaling spot with this printable. Just a simple folder, and here is layered index cards. So an index card on top of a plain index card, but create this printable as a belly band, and there's the lined version of the index card on the back. Another one of my circle clusters. There's vintage book pages and printables and things in there, and some more glittered spots. The start of the next signature. This is a little vintage list pad, and I've stitched, excuse me, I have hiccups. This is just from a printable vintage card that I've turned into a little pocket there. Another printable. Look how sweet that is. So here's another one of those printable telegrams for a top tuck spot. So obviously you can message here, and then a full sheet of vintage stickers. These are probably from the 80s. I don't think this has the year on it, but full sheet of Easter and spring stickers. So here is a vintage bridge scorecard. This kind of mixed media thing that I got going on here is the pocket tuck spot. This is an envelope, and inside there I have a printable and made a little tiny journaling card stitched. Here is a ruffle trim on this vintage music sheet. This is vintage doily. There's another printable, and on the inside here made this horizontal belly band and this large index card, another fabric cluster, obviously stitched. Hand dyed paper here, and so this is out of a children's like riddle book, I think is what it was, but it's about, it has a lamb and a bunny, and this just flips open and you can see the rest of the little saying. So here is more of that book, the original book. This is a printable. Here is a cluster and another printable. This is the center of the signature, and it just has this little flippy. So in here is a journaling card. I can't remember which side. Yeah, and then there is a tag and a little flashcard. Just a printable flashcard. Words are hard, guys. Some more, another journaling card that I made. So it has a doily, this printable, and you can see that metallic spray. It's stitched. This is this whole thing is a pocket, so you can tuck larger things in there. This is an index, not an index card, but like a journaling spot, and it's layers of things stitched. This is the back side of one of those printables in that vintage doily. And here is, I like to do these safety pin tabs here. And then there's, on this side is a tag. Tiny little paper clip. This opens up. More journaling cards in there. See if I can get this back together on camera. Look at that, my fingers worked. This is a cray paper ruffle, not ruffle, rosette that is Mod Podged. It has this pretty flower center and a tuck spot there. Ooh, I spin my tag, look at that. Another vintage game sheet and this cluster here where I have it tucked. Did some stamping, stenciling on the back. These are two flashcards with vintage bridge cards and game cards. And that is the end of that. So I hope you like this book. It's really just fun, simple, pretty. Let me know what you thought. And until next time, I hope you have a great day.